So far, we've only read a tiny bit about vendor privileges. I have made a few tiny notes here that we can find exploits on those links. Here's a complete list. So we haven't even run Who Am I Priv, but I was going to do that. Oh my, I clicked there by mistake. Let's see what happens. So I was going to do that on this box. And I think that we had the login information down here for some reason. I don't know why they didn't start with that from this one. So we're going to, we just recently connected to something. So I think arrow up would be kinda, well, I could just type an X. There it is. I know it wasn't far up. Yeah, so this is the last one. Now we have THM back up. Oh, first the IP. 62. And then we have... And why didn't I use delete instead of backspace? That's a good question. And now we're not unpriv, now we're THM backup. And we even have a password, so that's not password 12321, it's copy master 555. Okay. How very fun. So I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. It's logging in there. So I put the size. Maybe I should make it like automatically stretch. Can you do that? Anyway, I made it so that it doesn't, so it stretches. And then we're putting it like in between the camera here, and we can still see if something happens on the command line here. Because we'll probably do something right that we want to listen and look at. So these are what it has installed. I'm curious to see later what they wanted with this. So to go back here, we kind of run ahead now because, yeah, right. Let's actually open like CMD here. Slow. I did click enter, it doesn't work. Okay, sure. Maybe it needs to have actually found it before before you click. So let's actually do who am I? Who am I? It just looked wrong. And then we do who am I? Priv. And increase working set privilege, change not notify privilege. So we'll obviously do something with these, but I think you can do all too, right? And then you have more information, right?
RKZNC says, sheep viewers on web link.
Hello there and
Super
welcome
Composer
in.
says,
And if you're not a bot, you're welcome to stay around. Yeah, probably a bot, but it might not be, though I'm assuming it kinda is. We'll see.
Is a bot love? Ban it.
Yeah, but I don't ban anything or anyone. So if it happens more than once, then I will do that. So let's see. So also I don't want people to say to ban anything in here. I'm trying to be, as I told you, understand everything in the most positive way you can do it. So let's look at this actually instead. So the privilege information is here. Then we have the group information, and then we have the username here. So I'm just reading everyone, backup operators.
It happened twice already, so I'll be the bad Italian, ban it and burn their server down XD.
No, it was another account, the other one. It's not the same one. This is a first time chat. Yeah, so maybe I should ban the word ban. I think I've seen that before. Let's see. Let's focus on what we're actually doing and ignore bots. That's the thing, you know. And if it doesn't destroy anything of what we're doing, we don't care about it. Then
So,
it didn't matter.
No burning down their server farm. Oh, okay. Can I burn something else?
Well, it feels like the sun is burning very hot today. I think that's enough for me. I don't want any more heat in here. So it's actually 30.8. So it's kind of went down a tiny bit, I think. Or what was it before? I don't remember. So let's focus now instead of talking about random stuff.
True.
So,
let's hope the ice come back soon.
No, I don't want that. I hate the winter. I love the summer. Except for allergies. So who am I, Prev? Shows us only the privilege.
I'm focusing on procrastinating, D.
Oh gosh, it's a false. Oh. So, I wonder if my kid gets this every day and he didn't tell me. So, I can't switch. I'll have to look at that later. Because it started like an alarm. I'm very confused. So, slow phone. Very slow. It's probably the heat. Right, I'm actually going to turn this off for a bit. I can't even hold the key in. Did I turn it off? No. When you can't press the key even, because it's too warm, then there's something wrong, right? I think it's very slow because it's overheating. So, what could I possibly press the key with? No, the button. Put the paper between me and the phone. There. So, let it rest for a bit in case we want it later. Right. So now we have one more reason to focus. I do feel this chair leans too much back in its upright position though, so it's kind of. I mean, I can lean it back. Then it's like, but when it's up, it's still. Well, I guess there's no reason to have something just when you sit up, right? So, the difference between who am I, which only gives us the short thing, who am I Priv gives us this output, the privileges information here, and the all gives us the username in a more detailed format with a SID, the group information with all the groups. And the privileges too. So so we just tested the whom_I_priv, but we didn't look at them in the list. So let's look at them in the list too. So let's find change notify privilege. Required to receive notifications of changes to files or directories. This privilege also calls the system to skip all traversal access checks. It is enabled by default for all users. User right. Bypass traverse checking. Okay. So, what is traverse checking? Bypass traverse checking is a user right, also known as a privilege. In terms of using a traverse, yes, but what is it? Yeah, what does it mean? It's the same one as on the top. So, when Google fails, we go to ChatGPT because this is kind of thing that it might be able to answer in a good way, right? And then I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. Traverse checking is a term often used in computer science, particularly in the context of graph algorithms. Okay. So, answer in the context of Windows privileges and in 3 lines. Is it 3 lines? Bypass reverse checking, which allows users to pass through directories to which they don't have explicit permissions to access contained files and subdirectories. Good. It does not grant permission to list directory contents. The right is typically so we have a very specific and simple explanation here. It allows users to pass through directories that don't have explicit permissions. So this is the thing. I'm kind of sure that this would probably be the right answer. We could Google it too now. But we started with Googling and it didn't give us anything except from the same again. So let's actually read the SE backup, SE restore. The SE backup and SE restore privileges allow users to read and write to any file in the system, ignoring the DACL in place. The idea behind this privilege is to allow certain users to perform backups from a system without requiring full administrative privileges. Having this power, an attacker can trivially escalate privileges on the system by using many techniques. The one we will look at consists of copying the SAM and system registry hives to extract the local administrator's password hash. How annoying is it when the bus drives past? I feel like you can hear me. The one we will look at consists of copying the summoned system register hives to extract the local administrator's password hash. Log into the target machine via RDP using the following credentials, and these are what I just used to test above. The account is part of the backup operators group, which by default is granted the SE backup and SE restore privileges. We will need to open a command prompt using the Open as Administrator option to use these privileges. We will be asked to input our password again to get an elevated console. Yeah, and now we might want to compare these to what we had, you know? Because what we have now as an unprivileged user, or well, the normal one is like this here. So let's compare. But we could also see that we had groups here. Backup operators. Group used for deny only. Oh well. So let's do CMD again, but this time we do it as administrator. Oh, and we got this login on the full screen thingy. Okay. It was something copy master. So where was I typing now? Because it was not in the right place. There. So now we have another one. Obviously, as my 16-year-old will say. So if we scroll up to the priv here and we do who am I, we could do who am I first because we're the same person, and we did who am I here first too. So right, if I'm already in the command prompt, how do I change to we already have ChatGPT open, so let's do this. At CMD, how do I switch to admin CMD? Well, it's so stupid. It doesn't understand. I said at CMD. Assume no GUI. Did I have two M's in assume? Whatever. Yeah, so this is what I was going for. Yeah. So because why do it like this, right? When we can do it, I did click. When we can do it here. So let's go back to the priv ones. We have it recently. We can even CLS first, and then we do run as user administrator, right? And we want to run CMD, nothing complicated there. And this will do enter the password for administrator. Yeah, so this is not what I want really, probably, because let's edit our password. So yeah, I should have realized that before. Well, let's add it. What was the password? I'm scrolling on the wrong page. Did I type anything? So I'm going to try once more and actually yeah, because this is not what I want to do, right? No, I want to use the current users well elevated privileges, not run as admin. That way. Well, that was kind of too much to type. We'll see. No! It might not be possible, but in the GUI, I can just open what on earth it is called, right? So if I do CMD here, it says right click, open an app with right click, run as admin, and get asked about my password. Sorry for digging too deep again. Word. How do I do this? And if anyone has the answer, this is learning room. You're allowed to tell me how much. Give me all the information you have. How do I do this? Command prompt. Oh, look, now we're getting somewhere. So, okay, sure, if it wanted to PowerShell, I don't care. We can try. Let's see if this one works. So, PowerShell command start process cmd verb run as, and then we get the one that I wanted, though this is still a GUI question, right? So can I supply it on the command line? So let's first take one step at a time, and I should remember the password by now. It's too warm. Copy master. Copy master 555. 555. So, and I'm still me, but let's do who am I priv to make sure that we have the increased privileges here. We do. But it's not in the same one, and it also opens can I supply the password, the question as a GUI question. Directly separing the password or other privileges via the command prompt or scripting is generally not supported for security reasons, especially with process and run as commands. Windows does not provide a built-in method to bypass the UAC prompt by pre-supplying a password. Well, that's good for security, I guess, but we can schedule it, right? Yeah, so that's why we would want to schedule it. However, you can create a scheduled task as a workaround that runs on elevated privileges and then trigger that task from the command prompt. Yeah, so we're just testing stuff, so this is not really interesting. But we... So I'm like thinking, can you, right? Long ago, you could run a Windows machine without Windows. Can you even do that? I think you can do it still. So I mean, if a machine didn't have a GUI, even, right? I'll have to play around with that. Can modern Windows be no GUI? Was it hard or what? Did it overheat? My poor computer died for the second time. So it's probably just the usual stuff, right? Oh. Windows 10 and Windows Server are primarily the same. Yeah. There are ways to run Windows. Yeah, I thought so. Windows Server Core, minimum installation option for Windows Server that does not include a GUI. It improves a command line interface, provides, and support remote management tools. Nano Server, headless, smaller, and more optimized version of Windows Server, primarily used for cloud-based environment and containers. Yeah. For regular desktop version of Windows, running completely without GUIs, not a typical case, not officially supported. However, you can minimize GUI interaction and perform most tasks through the CLI or PowerShell. To achieve a near no GUI environment on Windows Server, install Windows Server during installation process, Server Core installation, setters. Server with Windows desktop experience. Switch to GUI to Core on an already installed system. Open PowerShell will administrative privileges. Run the following command to remove the GUI features. Uninstall Windows feature. Server GUI management infra. Server GUI shell restart. That's kind of fun, right? This will convert the existing Windows Server installation to with a GUI to a Server Core installation, removing most of the graphical components and leaving a CLI environment. We'll have to install such a one, right? So now, when I have access to my to-do lists and things in my notes, let's actually make something here. So let's make it like a to-do list. Stream ideas. Well, this is more like the lab actually. So I think I have lab separate here on the shared bit. I might have things there which shouldn't be shared. Well, it doesn't matter, you know, it's not secret. Oh. I have to click this. Right. So who was this doing this presentation? I just took one screenshot. So, was nothing here. Here we have lab. So, things to play with, right? We wanna play with this. Windows Server Core. New GUI Windows Server. Also nano for like, let's just say like containers, right? We have to play with that because I wanna Windows Server Core. Oh, I wrote exactly what they said. Okay, well, that's a first. So let's go back. Here. So here shows only current ones, not the ones, well, admin mode ones maybe, like being in the backup group ones there. That's why we want to run also who am I all, right? Because we want Priv won't help us really for to I guess it's probably like groups or something, right? I'm really getting annoyed at not being able to stretch my legs. But there are kids' drawings in the way. And also time flies and I'm getting hungry. I didn't eat any lunch, but I still have like my breakfast here. So why didn't I eat all of it? Let's continue eating it. It's not bad or anything. But I would like to put my legs more forward, but I can't because of drawings. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken such a big bite, but it was good still. Though the mostly is very swelled up now, so it's like drier. It's like a good cake. Yeah, it's like eating cake instead of pie. Because there are tiny bits of blueberry and apple and something else. I don't remember even in Swedish what it's called. No. So yeah, so we have these bits. We haven't tried these. We're going to, of course, look at what they tell us to do. I'm just curious what we could find ourselves. It totally failed the first question there, right? But then it got it right here. Allows users. So this is what traverse means. You don't have to have permissions to all of the path items. So I'm just reading the actual replies. I didn't. Yeah, so and this is probably the same as it is in the end, right? So if I'm scrolling this way, then we go too far out to the side, we can click between them like this. SC on logon, and this does once. Oral highest. So we have two versions actually. This is something we need to add to notes, and we need to test. Do we have anything on scheduling tasks? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I should be in here. So this is what it uses. Tasks, query, vol task, FO list, get more info on one task, start tasks. So let's add a bit of to test from ChatGPT, meaning it might work, it might not work. We don't really know yet. So to elevate the current command prompt to administrative privileges. Do you see, by the way, how it's helping us without, it doesn't say like only do this if you do whatever. It never does that for me. I don't know why. Nothing special here. I didn't do anything to it. Run the schedule task to open an elevated command prompt. Oh well, let's click the copy again. So this is of course not like fully usable for anything right now. It's just experimentation, you know. So directly supplying. However, you can create a scheduled task as a workaround that runs with elevated privileges and then trigger that task from the command prompt. So I really want to try this. Maybe we should just play with it. We could always like restart the box for if we want to. Right. So I should continue doing the actual room too, but this feels like more important right now. I'm just comparing them this way. So the SC here is different. This is an ST. They both have TR, which is the actual name, and RTR, the command, and the SC on logon and once. And this one has a time when to do it. And this is F also. And we have the help here, so we can just look what F is, for example. Well, we can't. Because it's not full help. So this is for query. Okay, so this is help for query. Not for create or run. Run TN. Yeah, so the same thing for this one. So I'm assuming this will open a new window still, right? Hurts a tiny bit here, so I'm putting this. I also had this in my flea market. I had it like to throw it away for years, and then I'm actually going to use it again. I think I bought it 20 years ago. I mean, it's still never used. I think I might have like used it a tiny bit then. And I'm saying 20 years since my kid is 16, you know? Time just flies. My oldest. Nine days until my youngest is 14. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's actually, as your task, create question mark. So we'll do this, but for alright. I just thought of it. This box, I have Swedish keyboard. The last one. Which is in the same TryHackMe room. It doesn't have a Swedish keyboard. So all the special characters. But if you spell it wrong, it won't work anyway. Oh.
I have no kids, but my back pain is a good reminder too, about time flying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I realized that it's 20 years since I was in a car accident there, so I've had pain since then from my back. So it's a time reminder too, I guess. No, I think it was, yeah, it was 2004. That time is flying crazy fast. So let's find the F one. And let's also save this one, of course. I'm assuming this is the most complex one.
Zara North says, my mom said that she will smash my head on my keyboard if I don't stop Mastergerski FA charged 93 or J Futage.
Okay. You're welcome to stay and learn and have fun, but no more of that, okay? It's not that fun. It's not that fun. So I'm going to paste the help here, and we can remove that. So we're learning how to like escalate our privileges in Windows. If we get a command prompt on the machine. So there's an option here for password, actually, for the account, I assume. Yeah. Username.
Superimposer says,
Another proof on my point on why I don't have kids.
Come on. Kids are great. I have kids. They're great.
D.
You have to be kind to people. I feel like you're mean to the poor person who sent the previous comment. They might have been trying to just play around, you know. So, we welcome everybody in here. We have to be kind to each other. So, I'm actually going to compare this to the line we got. So, our suggested one is here, TN. I can understand that this will be the task name.
But I'm
right?
Italian. I am kind with people, but mostly I'm not.
Italian for me is like hot-tempered and... yeah. Lots of feelings. Intensely.
Loud.
Yeah, well, loud with body language, but I can be too, so. Not always loud, really loud. So TN is task name, TR task run. Specify the path and file name of the program to be run at the scheduled time. Yeah, path and file name always make me think, so there might be tasks where we can use them skipping the path, right? And we were not setting a path there, but it seemed
If I ever find myself with a webcam and a microphone to begin stream, you'll see what loud really mean.
okay, yeah, but if you say loud like that, then I'm like almost thinking El Hasred. He's kind of loud sometimes. First time I was on his stream, I was like, what? I'm leaving. No, I'm not leaving. No, I'm like, if I see someone smoking on the stream, I'm leaving. If I see someone like drinking alcohol on the stream, I'm leaving. If I hear them talk about, like, I include those into drugs, you know? If I heard, you know, talking about bad things, I'm like, bye-bye. And also the same with people being loud. But there are a few exceptions. I have a few exceptions, so of course I'm not leaving. Alhasser is allowed to maul all he wants and scream at house viewers. It's all okay. But that's what I think of then when you say loud like that. It could be kinda loud. So this is combined cars and thunder in the background. I think you can hear it. Yeah, I SH'd that one too. So, we have, we're going for the SC. This is the one that I was most interested in, and also the F and the ST. Because this one has ST and F too.
I find smoking stupid. I drank myself in the past, but I don't touch alcohol from about 15 years by now. And loud for me is mostly being rude to myself because I can't reach what I want. D.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So there's different kinds of loud, of course, right? So, but you're not, if you're rude to yourself, I will complain. If you talk yourself down, I will complain. I will tell you how great you are. So, let's see here. SC. I'm curious here. Schedule. SC. So, schedule. SC once and on logon. So here we have once and on logon. It can also be on start, on idle, and a time. Weekly, daily, hourly. So we can say something to be hourly, and then we'll have to wait a bit. Or we can just start it if we have the permissions, as it said. But if we created the thing, we must have permissions, right? So why are they setting, or why did ChatGPT suggest me to put this one here? Opening a CMD prompt when you log on. That's kind of funny, right? Once is more realistic. Putting a time. Let's see what F is. Will it mean that it'll pop it up? Creates a task that suppresses warnings if the specified task already exists. Okay, so it is force. I was thinking it might be force, but it might be something else, like foreground or whatever, you know? That's interesting. When we run this, what will happen? Because we're going to run it now. We're going to run this one first, and then we try this one. I'm actually going to open the Lightning app again, because I haven't seen anything, but it's cloudy. So this morning it was so bright light, clear blue sky. I was like, really? Today there's supposed to be a thunderstorm? What?